.com. Dunkin' Donuts, your New England Subaru dealers, and by Southwest Airlines. A beautiful day in Boston today on this Memorial Day as the Red Sox host the Detroit Tigers in Game 1 of a 4-game series. Couldn't ask for better weather here this entire weekend. And welcome inside Fenway Park as the Red Sox try to bounce back after a tough loss yesterday, as the Red Sox will have Felix Doubront on the mound today. As we're back with the first pitch right after this. Actually, let's take a look at the visiting Detroit Tigers starting lineup. It's brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Quentin Berry leads it off in center field with Ryan Rayburn in right field batting second. Miguel Cabrera third base, third with Prince Fielder at first base in the cleanup spot. Delman Young is the DH with Johnny Peralta at shortstop batting sixth. Andy Dirks is in left field seventh with Gerald Laird doing the catching. He bats eighth, and it's Danny Wirth at second base who bats ninth. On the mound today for the Red Sox, Felix Doubront gets his 10th start of the year. He's 4-2 with a 3.96 earned run average. He's logged 50 innings and has 53 Ks. Opponent's hitting at 247 against Felix Doubront. And last time out, a loss against the Orioles. Gave up only 2 runs in 6 innings. So a quality start, but was not able to get the win. Had 9 punch-outs in that outing against the Orioles. So Quentin Berry stands in here for the Detroit Tigers. Team that was on fire last time we saw them. They've come back down to earth as the first pitch of the ball game is in there for strike one, and we are underway. Berry at 381, no homers and 2 runs batted in since joining the Tigers. The Tigers are 23-24. The Red Sox are 23-24. Bunt bid, and Doubront will make the catch. Had to battle the sun, and it was a tough play as it turned out, battling the sun. He made the catch, though.
Yeah, Berry's been kind of a spark at the top of the lineup for the Detroit Tigers recently. Tries to drag one down at second base, but pops it up. And there you see Doubront fighting the sun, able to make the catch on the bunt. So a nice play by Felix Doubront to start this ball game off.
Nothing but blue sky above. High sky here at Fenway Park as the Red Sox and Tigers get underway. And Doubront still trying to get the sun out of his eyes as Ryan Rayburn stands in here. The right fielder for the Tigers. Just 151 with a home run, 7 runs batted in. Terry, it is hard to imagine the Tigers would be where they are right now based on what we saw in Detroit.
We didn't think they'd lose the game all season long when we saw them the first series of the year.
They appear to be as good as Texas to begin the year, and where they fell off in a hurry, and they are in third place now in the American League Central to start today's action. The White Sox have been on fire. They've won a total of 5 in a row in 9 of their last 10, and they've jumped ahead, and it's the Cleveland Indians on top of the division. A swing and a miss. And a ball and 2 strikes to Rayburn. And look at the Tigers' season so far and the way that it has worked out for them as they started great, 9-3. It was all about pitching for them. The earned run average would go up to 4.48 and 38 home runs allowed. There's a fly ball out to left field, playable for Nava. Makes the catch, and there's 2 outs here in the first.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are third in the American League with 21 errors on the season. Will Middlebrooks at third base, Mike Aviles the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Kevin Youkilis the first baseman. Left to right, Daniel Nava, Ryan Sweeney, Adrian Gonzalez, and Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for DuBrant.
So 2 down here in the first inning brings us to Miguel Cabrera, third baseman for the Tigers. Who takes a pitch outside, ball 1. His numbers are fine, 312, 9 homers and 40 runs batted in, a slugging percentage over 500 for Miguel Cabrera.
One of the toughest hitters in the league to get out. This guy can use the whole ballpark with power. Can go to the opposite field with power, can pull the ball with power.
Comes in with a 5-game hitting streak at 30-81 during the 5-gamer. And late on that, 1-2.
Yeah, a little tardy on the 92-mile-an-hour fastball away from him by DuBrant. Keeping the ball on the outside part of the plate against Cabrera.
I think the number that has jumped out, Jerry, has been the number of strikeouts for Felix DuBrant.
I would agree, and I don't think that was expected by anybody. But it's pinpoint control, corners with the fastballs, good curveball.
Speaking of strikeouts, not a bad start. He strikes out Cabrera as a 1-2-3 first. The Red Sox are coming up. Our coming up Red Sox starting lineup is brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Daniel Nava leads it off in left field with Dustin Pedroia at second base. Adrian Gonzalez is in right field again, batting third. David Ortiz at DH. Kevin Youkilis at first base with Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching. Ryan Sweeney returns to the Red Sox in center field. Will Middlebrooks at third base bats eighth. And Mike Aviles at shortstop batting ninth today. A change in the Red Sox lineup with Nava leading it off. Doug Fister on the mound for the Tigers, his 6th start. Tough record, 0-2, but look at the ERA, just a 1.84 earned run average. 22 Ks in 29 1/3 innings, and opponents hitting at .230 against Fister as Daniel Nava leads it off and takes strike 1. Fister has been a tough luck loser, really 0-2. He went 6 2/3 last time out against Cleveland, and a no decision, giving up only 2 runs. Very curious to get your take on the move today to have Nava lead off.
Well, you know, according to Bobby Valentine, he's been a guy that's had long at bats, He's been taking some walks. He's been patient at the plate. And that's the reason that he put him in that top spot today. And he didn't want to put him in there earlier because he wanted to get him settled, into the Red Sox lineup coming out of the minor leagues.
He is the 5th different leadoff hitter the Red Sox have used this year.
Who knows? You might be next, Don.
I don't think so, Jerry. Those 260 hitters in the majors don't lead off, as this is in the air to left as Dirks will make the catch, drifting onto the track for the first out.
Let's take a look at the Tiger defense. That's 11th in the American League with 33 errors on the season. Miguel Cabrera at third base, Johnny Peralta the shortstop, Danny Worth at second, and Prince Fielder the first baseman. Left to right, Andy Dirks, Quinton Berry, and Ryan Rayburn, and Gerald Laird doing the catching for Pfister.
Umpire crew today, Jeff Nelson has a play calling the balls and strikes with Bill Welke at first base, Chris Guccione at second base, and Tim Sheeta is at third. One down here in the first inning. Dustin Pedroia the batter.
Pfister's pitched very well against the Red Sox in his career, 1-2 with a 2.89 ERA against Boston teams.
Pitch in there for a strike, and it is 2-1. Last year, before coming to Detroit, he was 3-12 with the Mariners at the time of the trade. As this is in the air to right center field, over comes Berry, but the right fielder Rayburn, look out! It is Berry who makes the catch. Looks like Rayburn was going to step in front of him, but Berry makes the grab, and there's 2 outs here in the first inning.
Now both outs in the first inning coming on off-speed pitches. A change up to Nava, a slider to Pedroia.
Well, yesterday Adrian Gonzalez got his 4th home run of the year and appeared to be what could be the game winner for the Red Sox as they took a 3-2 lead with one swing of the bat for Adrian Gonzalez. But it was not to be. There's Alfredo Aceves with the blown save yesterday. But good to see some power return for Adrian Gonzalez. He takes that one out of the yard the opposite way. The average at 269, 4 homers and 26 runs batted in. Lined into right field, a base hit. It's out of the reach of Danny Worth, the second baseman.
Well, the Tigers, one team that did not shift right there on Gonzalez, and it certainly helped Gonzalez. He's able to get a slider that's on the inside part of the plate and pull it by Danny Worth, the second baseman, for the base hit. Normally, in the shift, that would have been an out.
So up to an 8-game hitting streak now for Adrian, hitting at .310 during the streak. And aboard at first base with 2 down for David Ortiz. David at .305, 10 homers and 30 runs batted in. Pfister last year with the Seattle Mariners was 3-12 at the time of the trade, but he had a 3.33 earned run average. So he's running into the same problem here this year that he did last year with Seattle. He's not getting a great deal of help despite his nifty 1.84 earned run average and 6 starts, 0-2. As Ortiz takes the strike. Now that said, Pfister arrived in Detroit last year and was terrific as he went 8-1 with a 1.79 earned run average after the trade.
Now that's pretty impressive, that turnaround going to the Tigers last year.
Charlie Furbush, Francisco Martinez, Casper Wells, part of that deal, going to the Mariners. As a fly ball hit to left field pretty deep. Dirks going back, looking up, and it is off the wall. Gonzalez is headed towards third, and he's being waved around by Royster. The throw to the plate is going to be not in time, and it gets away. Gonzalez looked content to pull it up at third base in between second and third, but Royster has him continue on, and it's a good thing. The Red Sox take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that ball took a big bounce down in that corner, and Jerry Royster makes the good decision down at third base to score Adrian Gonzalez. Not really that close at home plate. Ortiz going to the opposite field on a cut fastball, it looked like. he'll find that left field wall. Now watch the ball bounce by the outfielders. Once it does that, that's when Royster turns on the wave sign right there, as you can see, for Adrian Gonzalez.
Well, Kevin Youkilis stands in and takes strike one. So the Red Sox jump on top first here. Adrian coming all the way around from first base. Ortiz at second as Youkilis takes ball one, 1-1. Pitch is away. Did he go? No. As Gonzalez sliding in at the plate.
He went back to tag home plate just in case. Looks like he got it the first time with his hand, but goes back again.
2-1 is a swing and a miss. Youkilis at .250, 3 homers and 11 runs batted in. 2-2 pitch ties him up inside. He's able to hold off, and it is a full count. So Fister gets 2 quick outs here in the first inning, but a single by Gonzalez. RBI double for David Ortiz, and all of a sudden it's a 1-0 lead. Here is a 3-2 to Youkilis. On the ground to third base, Cabrera is going to tag Ortiz and end the inning, or did he? Yes, he did, sort of. 1-0. Red Sox have the lead at the end of one. Fenway Park, as the coming weeks are packed with great matchups. The Red Sox continue this week's homestand with the Detroit Tigers tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. Next week, the action continues at Fenway as the Red Sox battle the Orioles June 5th through the 7th. Get your tickets now for all these great matchups at redsox.com/tickets. Red Sox on top 1-0 as we start the second inning back at Fenway. And it is Prince Fielder who leads it off here for the Tigers. First time this season the Red Sox have scored first against the Tigers. Good numbers for Fielder in his first year with the Detroit Tigers.
And he's been warm recently too. 10 for his last 15. Small 4-game hitting streak.
He is 7th in the American League with a .317 batting average. As he takes the strike, he said he was warm. Jerry, how warm is he? As we check out the temperature gauge, wow, he's 98 degrees. He is hot. Last 4 games. Bill James temperature gauge. I'd like to back up your comments with facts, Jerry, and we just did. He is hot.
I certainly appreciate that, Don, from you and all those in the truck.
Fielder, Young, and Peralta to bat here in the 2nd inning. 2-1 is just foul. That hugged the line right till the bag and then kicked foul. 2-2. Jimmy Leland's Tigers are 3 games back of the Indians to start the day in the American League Central. 2-2 pitch. Fielder grounds it off the glove of DeBron. It kicks out to Aviles. Throws in time to get Fielder for the first out of the inning.
See the Red Sox not in a shift against Fielder. This ball looks like it does get a piece of Dubron. It changed direction just a little bit, but not enough to throw off Aviles at shortstop, and has plenty of time to throw Fielder out at first base.
So 1 down here in the 2nd inning, and brings up Delmon Young. Young, the DH, 252, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in. Last 13 games, Young hitting up over 304. Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-1.
That fastball so far for Dubron consistently 92, 93.
Delmon Young involved in an off the field situation that had Major League Baseball suspend him for a 7-day period, reinstated on the 4th of May as this one is fouled off. Tigers were in New York. And Young back and active here for the Detroit Tigers. In the air to deep left field. Nava looking up, and that ball is gone up over everything in left field. Delmon Young gets his 3rd home run of the year, and just like that, game tied 1-1.
Now the Tigers come into the game 9th in the league in home runs. The 3rd home run of the season for Delmon Young. It looks like it might be a cut fastball from Dubron. That goes down and in, and Delmon Young puts a charge in that one. So that quickly the Tigers come back to tie the ball game.
One out, and this game is tied as Johnny Peralta stands in. Peralta, the shortstop, former Cleveland Indians shortstop. 241, 2 homers, 12 runs batted in. For Delmon Young, that's his 2nd home run against the Red Sox in 43 games. As this one is chopped foul outside of 3rd. 6th start for Dubron in this month, and only the 2nd one that he has given up. But it ties the game at 1 aside. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Good changeup by Dubron over the plate, but off speed enough to fool Peralta on the swing.
Inside evens at 2-2. Fastball at 94 miles per hour. Well, here's what we got coming up today in this game from Fenway Park. As Trot Nixon will join us live. Top third inning. Check out the concussion test that Sweeney had to go through to get reinstated once again. And, of course, in the lineup today. And Verlander's gift. We'll check it all out here today as the Red Sox and Tigers open up this 4-game series.
I'm glad you and I don't have to go through the concussion test because we would never be working.
I think we failed the first 3 questions that he mentioned right out of the chute. I would have a tough time going through it, but he was concussed. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So, but he is back and in center field for the Red Sox. The Major League Baseball has a new 7-day DL. As Major League Baseball, like all the other leagues, certainly taking concussions much more seriously than ever before.
Doesn't the minor leagues have a 7-day DL too? I believe they do.
Three-two is outside. That's ball 4. First walk given up by Dubron. And down to first goes Peralta. Well, Memorial Day here at Fenway Park, and the Red Sox wearing a special hat today on this Memorial Day at Fenway. Let's see all the Red Sox employees or veterans on the field prior to the game as part of a pregame ceremony here today at Fenway Park. Andy Dirks, the left fielder, stands in. And he gets hit. Sounded like a hit bat, to be honest with you. And apparently he did. He's not arguing, so a foul ball.
That's one thing we asked from you, Don. Be honest with us, and you're right. It did sound like it hit the bat. No argument from Dirks.
.328, 4 homers, 16 runs batted in for Dirks. Here's a broken bat. Grounder to third that goes to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Nice play by Pedroia. Had to reach to grab the ball, then find the bag with his foot. He does all of it. 2 down.
And from a tough angle from Middlebrooks, too. Middlebrooks charging that ball, playing it very close to the pitcher's mound. Had to make kind of an awkward throw to second base. As you can see there, and Pedroia reaching out like a first baseman to get the force out. No chance, of course, for a double play.
Jerry, I've taken some time to think about it since it's been a little while since I was in the minor leagues. I think the minor leagues only have a 7-day DL.
That's what I thought, yeah.
There is no 15-day DL.
I think that's been in effect for quite some time.
I wanted to be sure before I answered you. I just didn't leave you hanging there.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about that. Leave me hanging anytime you want, Don.
2 down. Andy Dirks is at first base. Gerald Laird, the catcher, bats. Fouled off of Saltalamacchia.
Salty gets a wake-up call early in the ball game as that mask almost coming completely off.
Seems like he has been getting a lot of that lately.
Most catchers do.
Unbelievable, though.
They just get beat up day in and day out.
Starting with his ear that was lacerated when we were on the last road trip that had to be stitched up, 12 stitches. And here's an 0-1 to Laird. Out to right center field in the air. Over Gonzalez, and Adrian's calling, and a bit of a snow cone, but he makes the catch. Way to final out. Home run for Delmon Young has tied this game 1-1. For the second inning, Saltalamacchia, Sweeney, and Middlebrooks to bat here in the inning against Doug Fister. Saltalamacchia hitting 265, 8 home runs and 21 runs batted in. 556 on the slugging as he skies one to center. Quentin Berry is out there in center field, and he puts it away for out number 1. Key matchup is brought to you by New England Honda dealers. Ryan Sweeney returning to the Red Sox today, activated as Shea Swan Lin returned to the Pawtucket Red Sox. 2 for 7 in his career against Fister, but he's been on base 5 of 7 times against Fister, as Sweeney was hitting at .311 at the time that he went on the DL. No homers and 12 runs batted in. Jerry, do you think you had concussions during the course of your career?
No, I've never had one. No.
But Major League Baseball definitely now taking it much more seriously. All sports are.
All sports are, and they should be.
Yes. '25th pitch for Fister. He is in the air to left center field, struck well, and it's off the wall. Karen will go to the center fielder Berry, but it is a double for Ryan Sweeney, his return to the Red Sox lineup. First at bat's a double off the wall.
Well, welcome back, Ryan Sweeney. That's what he was doing quite a bit of before getting the concussion, hitting doubles. This is number 15 on the season for him. That's a good first at bat when you come back. It shows you're not too anxious. You go to the opposite field. Good at bat by Sweeney.
So 1 out, Sweeney at second base. Will Middlebrooks sliding down to the 8th spot in the Red Sox order. Still hitting up over 300 in the majors at .307. And another day in which Bobby Valentine tries to get Middlebrooks, Youkilis, and Gonzalez all in the same lineup. So Gonzalez in right field. Down and away, and it's 2-0. He is tweeting again. You guys know what I'm about to say, but he has to do it. Time to wake and rake. It's been an everyday thing, really, for Will so far, as the pitch is in there for strike 1.
Now, quite a few day games, back-to-back day games here at Fenway Park. Trot Nixon coming up live right here on NESN.
Pitch outside. And Middlebrooks, 5 homers, 18 runs batted in to go along with the .307 batting average. This one tap foul off to the right, and it is a full count out of Middlebrooks. Back on April 18th, these Tigers were in first place by 2.5 games. Now 3 games out of first, and won only 2 of 11 series during the 32-game stretch, where they ended up going 11-21, and 13 of 15 of the games this season, which they have allowed at least 1 home run during a 32-game stretch. As Middlebrooks strikes out, 2 down, as we check in with Jenny Dell.
Don, as you know, Ryan Sweeney is back in the lineup today after being activated off the 7-day DL. He suffered a mild concussion on May 19th and is eligible because he passed the MLB-mandated concussion test.
It's tough. I mean, you do a written test that someone reads you that you got to do memorizing and motor skills and different stuff on the computer and stuff too. So it's tough. I mean, sometimes people would say, I mean, even if you don't have a concussion, it's pretty tough to pass. But I think compared to where I was the first couple days and compared to where I was when I took it yesterday, it was a huge difference.
Regular DL stints last for a minimum of 15 days, but Jerry, as you mentioned earlier, Major League Baseball instituted the 7-day disabled list in order to assure that players who suffer head injuries are able to fully recover before returning to the field.
Yeah, it certainly makes a lot of sense. And, you know, you go back and you look at football and all of the disasters that have happened from football with players with multiple concussions and what's happened to their lives afterward. And baseball now joining that same group and making sure that these guys are 100% before they get back in the lineup.
Aviles fights this off foul, still 0-2. Now Mike Aviles making a bid for a home run 2 pitches ago, but just fouled down the left field line. Tried to line it up with the pole, but to the left of the pole. The 0-2. Swinging a foul tip held onto for strike 3. Aviles saying it hit the ground. And the umpire at first base is saying it hit the ground. So he's going to stay alive. Home plate umpire Jeff Nelson thought it was caught, but Bill Welke overruling him, and now coming out to argue is Jim Leyland.
Well, it's a pretty good breaking ball right there from Fister. Does it hit the ground? No.
Oh.
Right into the glove of Gerald Laird. So the Red Sox catch a break for now.
Home plate umpire Jeff Nelson was right. Overruled by Bill Welke, and Jim Leyland with a calm dispute here at the moment. So Mike Aviles will get another swing here. Down to the count 0-2. It's outside, and it's 1-2 now to Aviles. Fister 0-2 coming into today's action, but a 1.84 earned run average. And a 1-1 game here with 2 outs in the second inning. Line to center field, and around from second base comes Sweeney. He'll score. The Red Sox take a 2-1 lead. So a big turn of events here. Aviles should have been out number 3 of the inning, but instead he drives in the go-ahead run.
And you can see Jimmy Leyland not very happy about that, but the Red Sox definitely catch a break because that ball did not touch the dirt on the swing by Aviles, and Aviles responds with a base hit up the middle. We look at the foul ball. First of all, that Aviles hit deep. And here's the base hit by Aviles that goes up the middle for the base hit to drive in a run for the Red Sox. So definitely cashing in on a big break for the Red Sox.
2 down. There's Aviles at first base, and Daniel Nava trying to keep the inning going as he takes strike 1. Nava flied out to the warning track in left field in the first inning.
By the way, for Aviles, that was his 30th RBI of the season.
In the air, struck well out towards deep center field. Back goes Berry. It is back, and it is off the bottom of the wall. Aviles trying to score from first base. The throw is not going to be in time. It's cut off, and the Red Sox take a 3-1 lead. So they get the benefit of a break, and they make good on this break. They've scored 2 runs to take a 3-1 lead.
Now Valentine puts Nava in the leadoff spot. He responds in his second at bat with a ball hit very well to center field. Looked like it might have been a cut fastball again, this time from Fister, and good, solid, hard contact there by Daniel Nava. Right off the base of that center field wall.
So 2 down in the inning. Nava at second base, and here's Dustin Pedroia who takes strike 1. Pedroia flied out to the center fielder Quentin Berry in the first inning. Hard hit, and it eats up fielder. Kicks into center. Around from second comes Nava. The throw is not going to be in time. To second, another throw, and safe there is Dustin Pedroia. Red Sox take a 4-1 lead.
Once that ball caromed off Prince Fielder at first base, you knew it was going to be a run for the Red Sox. The throw comes all the way in, and that allows Pedroia to get into scoring position at second base. There's a deflection off Fielder. It runs out towards center field. It's backed up by Worth. He makes an off-balance throw home. Once Pedroia sees that, he gets into scoring position at second base.
So a base hit for Pedroia, takes second on the throw, picks up an RBI, his 21st.
And all this coming for the Red Sox after it should have been out of the inning. The fielder way off that line at first base. Probably an ill-advised throw into home. They really had no chance to get Nava at home plate.
Well, it gets Pedroia into scoring position. Gonzalez, 7th member of the Red Sox to bat in the inning. And Adrian takes strike one.
This is the pitch that would have ended the inning. You'll see the ball does not touch the ground. It's right in the webbing of the glove of Gerald Laird.
On the ground right side, as covering the bag will be Pfister. Flip from Fielder will end the inning, but the Red Sox take advantage of a great situation. They get 3 runs. Trot Nixon will be with us when we come back to Fenway. Innings. Tim Sheeter, the crew chief, really hearing it from Gene Lamont, the third base coach here for the Tigers, and Jim Leland. And apparently somebody obviously has seen the video that we have, Jerry, that should have been out number 3 of the inning, and instead turns into a 3-run inning for the Red Sox, and now have a 4-1 lead. And this conversation is still going on. This is a live shot of Jim Leland, who's now alone in the conversation. Nobody's been ejected yet.
You know what I think, Don? I think they wanted the umpires to check the baseball to see if there was any dirt on it.
Right.
I think that's what they were asking the first base umpire to do. That did not happen.
And again, this was the play, and should have been out number 3, as Laird did a great job of turning the glove over to make the catch before it hits the dirt. And it leads to a 3-run inning. Laird in between innings, not happy at all. He knows he caught it. So things flaring up here at Fenway Park. Red Sox take advantage, have a 4-1 lead as we head to the top of the 3rd.
We got more going on.
Yeah, Welke is going to eject somebody from the Tigers dugout all the way
from first base.
couldn't be further from their dugout.
There we go. I love it. Here it comes.
I think Jimmy's going to go too.
Yeah, I think this time he probably will. If he didn't earlier. So he'll get some more in here. Because obviously somebody's told them that they've seen the video. And you missed the call, Bill.
He's got to go. He's going to. He wants to go. Say the magic word, Jimmy. Say it.
If he goes, it'll be the 62nd time in his career that he's been tossed. But he's not gone yet. Unless he was the guy that was ejected by Welke already.
Yeah, maybe he's already gone.
That's my thought. Maybe he was the guy that was ejected from the dugout. Because you would think at this point he's probably done enough to get tossed. See who gets the ejection here. He's showing Welke the play. Welke calls timeout. Well, maybe it is Laird.
It might be Laird.
Yeah.
It might be Laird.
Which guy? Well, we'll figure it out. In the meantime, patiently waiting all of this, our good friend Trot Nixon back in the house. How you doing, Trotter?
Hey, very good, very good.
You doing, Trot?
You got to love Jimmy Leyland when he gets out there and gets fired up.
Well, it's got to be great to be back here at Fenway Park once again. Strange for you coming back?
It is, but it brings back a lot of emotions. Excitement that, my family and I, being out here at the ballpark since about 1998, I think it was, up to 2006, and being able to be around the fans, during that time where it felt like we were never going to win a world championship, and then obviously help be a part of a team that did bring a championship here. A lot of emotions, just looking at out of the hotel.
This is lined into center and will not be caught. In fact, it gets by Sweeney briefly. He'll be able to pick it and throw to second, and at second base. Out at second base is Worth. Grover slid the bag. He was fine in the beginning, but it looked like it pulled him off. Everything going right now for the Red Sox.
Oh, what a comeback there by Sweeney. The ball gets by him. He hustles it down and gets that throw quickly into second base. And Worth, who was really hustling, gets thrown out at second base. I think it's Aviles. It's Aviles that puts the tag on him as he comes off the bag. He had it first, and then he came off the bag, and then here comes the tag right there before the fingers get back on. Another close play.
So one out here in the third inning. Quentin Berry is the batter. Incidentally, Jerry, so we are clear on this. Gene Lamont and Jim Leyland have both been tossed from this game. So they're a couple
so they both gone. Yeah. Good. They're 2 for 1.
They're both gone. Rod, what have you been doing with yourself now? What's going on?
I usually find myself on a field somewhere, baseball field. I got 2 boys, Jason and Luke, who are actively playing baseball. One's in the machine pitch. The youngest one's in machine pitch, and the older one's in kid pitch, travel baseball. So throughout the whole summer, I'll be on a baseball field until August, and then change fields and go to the football field. And they actually had me on the basketball court last year, so that was ugly. And so I didn't have much to give them except some of the basics. But it was a lot of fun. My boys keep me busy day in and day out. And I also get to do a little bit of TV, actually do highlights, high school football back home. And it gives me a great opportunity to get out the door on Friday nights and go watch some of these guys. I love football. I'm not that great on TV, I know that much. But
it's not as easy as it looks, huh?
No, it's definitely not. They asked me if I wanted a prompter, and I was like, no, forget that. I'm sitting there staring at it, going, figuring out what words they are. So, but it's a lot of fun. And the guy I work with, John Reynolds, down there, he makes it a lot of fun for me. But
do you have a memory, and I know you mentioned, of course, the World Series, and everybody from that team will never be forgotten, but is there one particular memory for you that over the course of your career stands out as your favorite?
I think a couple of them. Obviously, the home run against the Oakland A's. Just being able to, have a pinch hit opportunity like that and hit a home run and come through. When I hit it, it kind of looked at my face. I was like, oh, man, did I get that or not? But the way that it happened, I was actually playing wiffle ball with Chang Lee in there. That was our best way of either hitting off a tee or we go in there and play some wiffle ball. And I was playing wiffle ball, and I hit a line drive that went all the way to the back wall. Tony Clonger's back there pedaling his bike, and, Billy's back there doing his thing. And Billy got mad, started yelling at me, but I just threw the bat down, so I'm ready to hit now. But that in the Clemens home run at Yankee Stadium, that was I was, obviously I was a little bit younger then, and I didn't quite. That was kind of a emotional game as far as Roger and Pedro were going at it. They were just.
There it is.
I didn't know what I did. I just hit it and started running. But and Frito, he got on base. Frito had a lot of Jeff Fry had a lot of. A lot of people probably don't know who Frito is. So Jeff Fry had a lot of success against Roger and was able to get on base and give me that opportunity to get that at bat.
So Tulamaki coming back, but it is on the screen and out of play.
How bad do you miss it right now, or do you past that point?
I'm past that point pretty much. My boys keep me fairly busy on the fields. I think if I wasn't out on the fields, trying to, teach what I know to some of these younger kids, when they get on the football field, I'd probably miss it a lot more. Do I think I can go out there and play? I don't know. I was like, because I'm trying this CrossFit stuff now, and it's killing me every other day for 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden I go home, and by that time at night I can't walk up the steps. But
so you're done. You're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay with it.
I don't think anybody's going to give me an opportunity. I think the one thing that you miss the most is the competition. You miss the camaraderie with your teammates and the competition. And I told Jim Rice earlier, I'm no good at golf, so I can't get no competition out there.
How strange was it for you to come back here with the Cleveland Indians and be in right field when you came back?
Yeah, it was strange. I played 1 year in Cleveland, and I had a great time. A lot of the things that I went through and experienced here in Boston, I try to take with me to Cleveland. And a lot of it was, the success that we had, it was a lot of fun coming to our clubhouse on a daily basis, especially in 2003 and 2004. And I wanted to have I wanted to bring that kind of atmosphere to Cleveland. They had a fairly young team, had a few veteran guys in there. And from what I heard, a lot of it was kind of, pretty strict atmosphere in the clubhouse. The manager not only had to worry about the on-the-field stuff and write out the lineup, but he also had to worry about everybody in the clubhouse. So, I went to Eric Wedge, who's, from this area. I said, hey, Wedgie, let some of the veteran guys take care of the clubhouse. You do your thing with the media and the lineups, and we'll worry about the clubhouse. And it ended up just working. I think we were picked last in our division that year, preseason, and then all of a sudden we're playing against the Red Sox in the ALCS. So it was weird. I did get a base hit. When you take the hat off and you're not looking at it as Boston and as Cleveland, it's competition.
Right.
And I was very fortunate because not very fun to hit against Lopez out there anyway, dropping down, coming from all over there. But I love my time in Cleveland, but nothing's going to ever compare to the opportunities and the time that I spent here in Fenway Park in this area and help bring in a world championship to this organization. Not just me, but with not just 25 guys. We had more than that accounted for something during the course of that season.
Well, that's why we respected the way you played every day you played. We thank you very much for joining us. Great to see you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Great
Trot.
seeing y'all.
Trot Nixon joining us here in the booth from Fenway Park as it is 4-1. The Red Sox have the lead over the Tigers. 4-1, the Red Sox have the lead over the Tigers as we head to the last half of the third inning. Leading it off for the Red Sox is David Ortiz. Jerry, we talk about the way that Trot Nixon played the game, and really, I mean, it was the right way to play the game.
He's a guy, he's one guy that can look in the mirror at the end of his career and say that he played every pitch the way it's supposed to be played. And that's really all you can ask for from athletes.
Ortiz tried to hold up, but he goes around, according to Tim Cheetah down there at third base.
Ortiz trying to stay off a high pitch here, but can't quite check the swing. A high cut fastball. The other thing about Nixon is he had the nastiest hat you'd ever want to see in your life. I mean, he didn't change it from day one in spring training.
He was a believer in that.
Till the end of the year.
Same hat all year. How many hats do you think you went through a year? Did you like the nice clean hat, or did you stick with the one for a while? Just depends how you're going. Ortiz, opposite field. This will get through to the wall quickly. Dirks will get it back in quickly, and David will hold on to a long single to begin the third inning.
Ortiz 2 for 2 in the game, a double back in the first inning. Again, gets a curveball, does a great job staying back and slicing that ball to the opposite field. Nice play by Dirks, playing it off the wall and holding Ortiz to the long single. They didn't give away hats as much as they do today when I played. So
you had what you had for a while.
You kind of kept it for a while, yeah, until it got drenched with rain or something.
Youkilis takes strike one. Youkilis grounding into a fielder's choice in the first inning. On the ground, back to Pfister. He's going to try to get two. Second for one, on to first. It is two. Nicely played by Pfister. And there's 2 outs now in the third inning.
I mentioned it many times. It always helps when the pitcher gets kind of a high bounce and they don't have to go down on their ankles to make a play. That ball about belt high does a nice job leading Peralta to the second base bag in plenty of time to turn the double play.
So 2 down here in the third inning brings up Jared Saltalamacchia, flied out to center field in the second inning. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, and Saltalamacchia down 0-2. Pfister trying to settle down after a tough second inning that he thought he was out of. 0-2 pitch is going to miss, and it's 1-2. Well, for the best deals on great seats, visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. In the air to left with some authority. Back is Dirks, looking up, and it's gone into the monster seats. Jared Saltalamacchia with his 9th home run of the year puts the Red Sox on top 5-1.
Now Saltalamacchia continues to show that power. Number 9 on the season. He's been pulling home runs. He's been hitting home runs to the opposite field. Pfister missed his spot. That ball was supposed to be in. It stayed away, and Saltalamacchia goes the other way into the monster seats for the home run.
Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on NESN during the 2012 season. Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston for every home run hit. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Sweeney grounds out after Saltalamacchia homers to put the Red Sox on top 5-1. Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Tradition, history, and a commitment to everyone on our team. These are just a few of the things Eastern Bank is made of. Find out more at easternbank.com. Jared Saltalamacchia with his solo home run opposite field, and the Red Sox have a 5-1 advantage.
The Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you covered, it's how you treated. And 3 strikeouts, 1 to Cabrera. Berry on a breaking ball. And then Rayburn on a fastball.
So it's on to the 4th inning, and Miguel Cabrera, Prince fielder Delman Young. Expected to bat in the inning, 3, 4, and 5 for the Tigers, and there is strike 1 over the outside corner. Cabrera struck out swinging in the 1st inning, and fouls it off the end of the bat off to the right, 0-2. I was going to ask Trot what advice he could give Adrian Gonzalez about playing right field here at Fenway Park, but didn't really have a chance. But so far, so good for Adrian. He has made 1 error out there, and it was on a throwing error to the cutoff man yesterday. That was a little bit off the mark, but played that ball down the right field line pretty well, Jerry. I thought he kind of backed off and didn't go after, because we know once he gets by you, you're in real trouble.
Yeah, very cautious on the ball down around the corner. They missed the cutoff man, but my guess is Trot would say run through walls.
As he did. 1-2 is in the air to left field. Nava drifting back to the dirt of the track to make the catch. Put in front of the scoreboard. Out number 1 of the 4th inning. Dunkin' Donuts is proud to give back at every Red Sox home game. Dunkin' Donuts hosts a nonprofit children's organization. Thousands of kids have had the chance to catch a Red Sox game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Today we welcome members of the Plainville Athletic League from Plainville, Massachusetts. Dunkin' Donuts committed to the community.
Nice crowd out there today under the Dunkin' Donuts sign.
1 out in the 4th inning. And it brings up fielder who's got lots of spin on it, and it is Aviles who makes the play. Hopping over it was Middlebrooks. He was called off by Aviles. Almost was shading him, but made the play.
Almost a distraction, huh, Don?
Pretty much.
Middlebrooks going to his left. He'll cut right in front of Aviles. Aviles does not lose sight of the ground ball and makes the play at first base to get Prince Fielder.
So DeBront pitching well here today so far. 2 down in the 4th inning. And it brings up Delman Young. Seeing DeBront pitch well here today, and you think of the Red Sox pitchers recently, and it kind of got lost yesterday, Jerry, but a great sign by Clay Buchholz yesterday in the way that he pitched.
Yeah, he was really, really good in that game yesterday. Great changeup, fastball, curveball, cut fastball.
Up the middle, Pedroia to his right. Gets an off-balance throw-off and plenty of time. A 7-pitch inning for Felix DeBront. We played 3.5, 5-1 Boston. Bottom of the fourth inning back at Fenway Park. It is 5-1. Red Sox on top of the Detroit Tigers. Will Middlebrooks leading it off in the inning and lining this foul down the left field line. Ball crushed down there and off the back wall. Doug Fister into the fourth inning. Up a run in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. The home run to Saltalamacchia in the third inning. RBIs for Vilas, Nava, Pedroia, and Ortiz. As there's ball 2, 2-1. There is action for the Tigers in their pen for the first time today. Wayne Belo is warming in the pen. There is ball 4. Down to first goes Middlebrooks. First walk served up by Doug Fister. Well, tonight at 10, join Randy Scott for NESN Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Bring you complete coverage of Celtics Heat Game 1, the Eastern Finals, including highlights and reaction from Miami. Plus, you won't want to miss a special tribute on this Memorial today to those who have served our country. It's all coming up on NESN Daily tonight at 10, only on NESN. And there's a fly ball to right center. Berry will run it down. It's a good running catch. And Middlebrooks back to the bag at first. 1 down as we check in with Jenny Dell.
Don, coming into today's game, Daniel Nava had a .448 on-base percentage, and he's hitting leadoff for the first time for the Red Sox this season and already recorded an RBI double in his second at-bat.
I'm trying not to change my approach, just keep it the same. I talked to some guys about that, and they kind of said the same thing. Just keep your regular approach. I know that I work count, so I think that works in my favor. As being a leadoff guy, and watch today, I see like 5 pitches or something. I'm just trying to keep it simple. Just do the same thing I've been doing and work a good bat and hopefully get on base.
Nava is the 5th player to hit leadoff for the Sox this season, following Aviles, Ellsbury, Nick Punto, and Ryan Sweeney. Bobby Valentine said, "I was reluctant to do it earlier only because he was getting his feet wet at the major league level. I didn't want him to get over his head, but it seems like he's settled in nicely." Don?
All right, Jenny, thanks very much. His ground ball right side. Worth gets up and throws out. Nava at first base as Middlebrooks takes second.
Nice play there by Danny Worth, the second baseman, to take a base hit away from Daniel Nava. Playing in double play dead, has to go quite a bit to his left. Falls, gets up, and gets the only play he has, and that's the first base.
Jerry, you're a long-time leadoff hitter in the major leagues. You think guys try to do too much when they're placing that role and not used to that role on a daily basis?
I was not a very good leadoff hitter because I didn't walk enough. I didn't see enough pitches. You know, I was pretty much a free swinger. And probably it wasn't the best spot for me. Maybe second was probably the best spot for me. But you know, the guys get put up there, and you really can't change your approach. You really can't do that. You know, it's you go with what you got. And you know, Valentine noticed that Nava's a guy that can take pitches and have successful at bats, so that's why he puts him up there.
Well, 2 down here in the inning. Middlebrooks at second base. Seems like sometimes the guys get in there that are not used to being leadoff hitters, that they try too much to get on base and totally change what it is that they do normally.
Yeah, sometimes guys, you know, they get into different parts in the lineup and they feel like they have to do different things than what they just normally do. And that's really not what the manager's asking you to do.
Jerry led off 686 games. Did you realize it was that many as a leadoff hitter?
Yeah, I knew it was a lot, but like I said, I was not a patient hitter. And, you know, when you think about it, Don, why would pitchers want to walk me?
This is line down the right field line and foul, because you're going to steal second base as soon as you walk. So
granted, but the fact is, when you get guys like Yastrzemski, like Fisk, like Lynn, like Rice, Evans, on and on and on you go, they don't want to walk me to get to them.
Right.
So, I mean, fastballs I'd see all the time, and I'd be hacking at them. And I couldn't stay off a high fastball to save my life.
Not shocked that you weren't patient, though. That doesn't surprise me. That part of it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's not like my normal life where I'm so patient with everything I do.
Right.
But.
Well, here goes the catcher Laird out to talk to Fister. As Dustin Pedroia about to step in. While we have a moment, let's check in on our AT&T trivia question. Question is today, what is the Red Sox record for most runs in an inning? I'll have the answer for you a little bit later. Middlebrooks at second base, 2 down. Pedroia with a count of 2-2. Popped up right side. His counterpart at second base, Danny Wirth, makes the catch on the outfield grass. That ends the 4th inning. Through 4, 5-1, Red Sox on top. In part by Eastern Bank, listening, guiding, and being there for kids in need. That's what Eastern Bank and Adrian and Betsy Gonzalez are made of, which is why we've teamed up to support youth mentoring programs throughout Massachusetts. To find out more, go to easternbank.com/Adrian. Play along to the 5th inning back at Fenway Park. Red Sox have a 5-1 advantage. It'll be Johnny Peralta, Andy Dirks, and Gerald Laird scheduled to bat in inning number 5. As Peralta, the only walk given up so far today by Felix Dubron. Lloyd McClendon appears to be the man running the Tigers at the moment, Jerry. Their hitting coach and former Pittsburgh Pirates manager. As both Gene Lamont and Jim Leland ejected from this game, so it's like McClendon is right now running the club. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, and it's a ball and a strike.
When a manager gets thrown out of a game, you never know how far he is away from the action. You know, he could be down that tunnel somewhere, too, still making some calls. Some do. Some prefer to go to the clubhouse.
I don't see Jim Leland anywhere back there. 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. So far, Dubron, he's given up just 2 hits through the first 4 innings. He's retired 5 in a row. And a little grounder foul. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox earn a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards their $25,000 donation this season. Two-two pitch coming to Johnny Peralta. Down and in, full count. Swing and a miss, and DuBrant picks up his 4th strikeout of the day.
Another strikeout with the fastball, this time humping up at 94 miles an hour. Up and in that time to Peralta. Peralta strikes out for the 30th time this season.
6 in a row retired by the left-hander, and it brings up Andy Dirks, who grounded into a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. Dirks, the left fielder for the Tigers. There is strike 1. Down the third baseline, Middlebrooks plants and throws and gets it there in time. Youkilis was able to keep the foot on the bag as he jumped a little bit to grab that. 2 down.
I like the way Middlebrooks did that, though. You know, he, as you mentioned, Don, he planted and threw the ball to first base and tried to make, instead of trying to make a throw on a run heading toward home plate, he got himself set to make that throw to first base, and that gave him a chance to make a more accurate throw to Kevin Youkilis. Plus, he had time to do that.
Remember how Adrian Beltre used to do? He completely plant and then fire across.
Yeah, no.
Took a little while to get used to, but
one heck of a player, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And getting it all done now with the Texas Rangers. Part of a terrific Rangers lineup. Here's a bunt bid popped up. Saltalamacchia got a late break. He started forward, and by the time he found it, no chance.
Well, it's tough for catches because the first thing they're looking for is when a guy squares around a bunt is the ball being out in front of the plate somewhere. All of a sudden they pop it in the air and it takes a while to find it. You see Salty taking a step toward the infield and then coming back trying to get the pop-up.
Welcome back our Comcast viewers who've had a few technical difficulties the past few minutes. It is 5-1 here. Red Sox have the lead over the Tigers with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Gerald Laird, the batter. And a liner foul.
That's another great day. You know, you get a chance to work a ball game here at Fenway. You got the Celtics coming up tonight.
We're really lucky with the weather so far in this homestand.
Oh, it's been beautiful. Absolutely spectacular.
So we know where you're going to be tonight.
I know right where I'm going to be tonight. A little worried about this series coming up. A little worried, yeah. Even though they don't have Bosch, they still have LeBron, they still got Wade, and there's no 2 days off in this series. I think it's every other day, so fresh legs are going to be important.
Which Rondo is going to show up, you think? The one we saw at the end of the last game?
We don't know. We don't know from game to game, do we? Or from quarter to quarter.
Laird fly to right in the 2nd inning. Up and away, and it is a full count. On deck, the bottom of the order, Danny Wirth. In the air to deep left field. Nava turns around and it is gone. Up over the fence, a home run. As stopping at first base is Laird. He doesn't realize it yet. Now they'll let him know. Up off the shelving there up top over the Green Monster and just below the light tower in left field. Laird gets his 2nd home run of the year. Right there.
Well, home runs doing the damage for the Tigers so far in this game. Delman Young with the home run, and now more of a line drive home run from Gerald Laird, clearing the Green Monster and hitting off that banking right there, the light tower.
First time that DeBron has given up 2 home runs in a game this season. As Danny Wirth bats, single to center field in the 3rd inning. Wirth tried to leg it out into a double, but Sweeney, who kind of gambled on a ball in center field, was able to get it back in quickly, and they were able to throw out Wirth at second base. He has 1 of 3 hits today compiled by the Tigers. The bat here with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Late on the fastball, 2-2. Wirth was just called up on Tuesday from AAA Toledo. It's now his 3rd stint of the year with the Tigers already this season. Ground ball right side, and diving as Pedroia gets up and throws him out. Dustin Pedroia with a fantastic play again. Home run for Laird, a 5-2 Red Sox lead. Lead over the Tigers there. Checking out Dustin Pedroia after this last play.
Looks like he might have hurt his right hand or right thumb after making a fabulous play at second base. See Pedroia dive. Gets up, makes the throw, but it's the right hand they're looking at in the dugout.
He may be done for the day. He unwrapped that right wrist. Swing and a miss for Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez, Ortiz, and Euclid scheduled to bat in the inning.
One more look at the Dustin Pedroia play as he's completely outstretched going to his left. Right there doesn't seem to be a problem yet, but in the dugout it looked like it was his thumb that was bothering him. We'll have to wait and see and get word out of the Red Sox clubhouse if we can.
Adrian Gonzalez strikes out, first out of the 5th inning. Second strikeout for Doug Fister. One out here in the 5th, and it brings up David Ortiz. In between innings, was a strike to Ortiz, who was 2 for 2 in the game, a double in the first, single in the third, double in the first inning. Produced a run, 31 RBIs on the year for Big Papi. On the ground right side and under the glove, the fielder, but Worth gets there and the pitcher covers. Oh, what a stretch that was. What a split from the pitcher, Fister. There are stretches and then there's that.
That's one that if you and I did, we wouldn't be able to get up.
That's it. Stay down.
It gets by a fielder, and watch this. Whoa!
Oh.
Now that's what you call doing some stretching.
Gotta give him style points even if he wasn't on the bag. There's 2 outs in the 5th. Yes, I'd have to go on the DL for that, I think.
Oh my God, that's so.
I think we would fail the memorization test too, by the way, on the concussions.
I wouldn't pass any part of that test on.
We've been asked on occasion to read a few things that we need to memorize, and we seem to have some trouble. I do anyway. If there's anything past, "Hi, I'm Don Orsillo,"
yeah,
it's that next line that I can't remember as far as memorization goes.
No, yeah, I noticed that you have problems with that.
Yes.
But I do also. I need cue cards.
Yes. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Peralta with a throw, and that'll wrap up the 5th inning. We played 5 from Fenway. Yes, we are pros. Red Sox have a 5-2 lead. By Eastern Bank. At Eastern Bank, we made of historic milestones. Now our home team has reached one of its own. Congratulations on this special anniversary from one Boston institution to another. Well, Dustin Pedroia is out of this game. Nick Punto comes in at second base for the Red Sox here in the 6th inning. As Felix Doubront returns to the mound for the top of the 6th inning, it'll be the top of the Tigers order. Quentin Berry, Ryan Rayburn, and Miguel Cabrera. Home plate umpire Jeff Nelson calling out Lloyd McClendon, who is the acting manager at the moment. Home plate umpire Jeff Nelson talking with him. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at the answer to our AT&T trivia question. Question today is, what is the Red Sox record for most runs in an inning? The answer is 17 runs. Boston scored 17 times in the 7th inning against the Tigers June 18th, 1953. Boston sent 23 men to the plate in the 7th inning that day, with all 9 players collecting at least 1 hit. Red Sox have scored at least 10 runs in an inning 32 times, and 6 of those coming against these Tigers. It is 3 more than their second highest total of 14, which they had against the Marlins back in 2003. Quentin Berry is 0 for 2. He's popped out and struck out.
If I remember that second game correctly,
yes,
against the Marlins, they were not very pleased with the Red Sox.
No, that was Jack McKeon, who was the manager at the time.
Red Sox were waving guys on, and it was
kept going. I think it was a game that Carl Pavano started, if I'm not mistaken, for the Marlins. That led to conversations the next day. I remember, how many runs is it enough until you start stopping scoring when you can and tagging guys up, make sure you can score, close plays at the plate, those types of things?
I think that was the problem that night. Just tagging up runners and having very close plays at home plate.
This is to left as Nava goes back, and it is off his glove to second base. Stopping now is Berry. He's going to retreat to first and have to slide back head first. Nava was headed back, and I think he got a glove on it, but can't catch it.
Yeah, it looked like he did. You know, he got a pretty good jump on the baseball. He goes up. He does get the glove on it, but he just couldn't squeeze it and hold it. But he gets it back in quickly and holds Berry to the single. Berry's done a nice job filling in for Austin Jackson, who is on a disabled list. A little different kind of game. He bunts, he steals.
There's the board here with a base hit to begin things in the 6th inning. Ryan Rayburn, the batter. He has flied out to left and struck out looking. 0 for 2 today. Well, for a chance to win Green Monster tickets, go to NewEnglandFord.com. Click on the Where's Wally icon and figure out where Wally is in New England. Tomorrow morning, listen to Dennis and Callahan on 93.7 WEEI, or watch them here on NESN. Be the correct caller, tell them where Wally is, and you can win 4 Green Monster tickets on June 5th, courtesy of your New England Ford dealers. 80th pitch of the day for Felix Doubront. And it's a strike to Ryan Rayburn.
And we had John Dennis as a guest in our booth just the other night.
Yes, we did. It's good to see John. This one fouled back, and it hangs at 0-2. On that Marlins team that game, Jerry, was Miguel Cabrera. He was playing left field in that game that the Red Sox beat up on the Marlins.
I remember that first game back in 1953. I was 1 year old.
Over first, and back is Berry at first.
Berry has 3 steals on the season. He has not been caught since being called to the big leagues. Just outside, and it evens at 2-2 now to Rayburn.
DeBron coming in with a 4-2 record, a 3.96 earned run average into his 10th start of the year. Red Sox trying to get back to 500 again. They're 23 and 24 heading into today's action. Identical record for these Tigers. In there for strike 3. 5th strikeout for Felix Dubron.
Again, the majority of the strikeouts coming on the fastball. This one, he goes to the outside part of the plate. Maybe a little bit of a generous call there in Dubron's favor, but he picks up the strikeout.
So 1 down, Berry at first base, and it brings up Miguel Cabrera. Flied out to the warning track last time up after a strikeout in the first as they check on Berry at first base. Swinging a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, strike 1. Miguel Cabrera from Venezuela, acquired by the Tigers along with Dontrelle Willis at the time from Florida. Deal that involved Red Sox left-hander Andrew Miller. Went to the Marlins from the Tigers at the time. Foul down the right field line, 0-2. Watch Boston Sports Live, a live interactive sports show hosted by Chris Gasper 3 times a week. It's at noon on Boston.com. 1 on, 1 out. Cabrera down in the count, 0-2. Another foul. There is action in the Red Sox pen. Scott Atchison is warming up. DeBron had 87 pitches with 1 out here in the 6th inning.
To give you an idea what kind of hitter Cabrera is, I mean, look at the defense. Straight up. This guy could use the whole ballpark. Straight up in the infield, straight up in the outfield.
He's now 29 years old. Led the American League in average, doubles, home runs. And a very good acquisition for the Detroit Tigers, to say the least. Came to Detroit in 2008 after his first 5 years spent with the Florida Marlins, breaking into the big leagues in 2003. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it is the second time today that Felix Dubron has been able to strike out Miguel Cabrera. 6 strikeouts for Dubron.
Now, Cabrera came into the game. He's only struck out 28 times on the season. And today he's got him once on a fastball, once on a curveball for the 2 strikeouts. So 0 for 3 for Cabrera so far this afternoon.
Pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, and about to throw his 90th pitch of his outing. Felix with 9 strikeouts in his last outing. Career high for Dubron. 9 strikeouts in 6 innings at Baltimore against the Orioles, coming in and loss. DeBron falling behind 2-0. Trying to work his way around a leadoff single by Quentin Berry to begin things here in the 6th inning. He's been able to strike out Rayburn and Cabrera back to back. One looking, one swinging. Now he falls behind 2-0 to Prince Fielder. Three and 0. On deck is Delman Young. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Quentin Berry at first base. 5-2 Red Sox lead. There's the strike, and it's 3-1. This is the first career appearance for Felix Gibran against the Detroit Tigers. One thing he has been receiving is run support. Ranks 4th among Major League qualifiers, averaging just over 7 runs a game from his offense. Trailing St. Louis's Lance Lynn, Arizona's Wade Miley, and his teammate Clay Buchholz. Clay getting over 8 runs a game, as this one fouled off to the left, out of play. Beth Israel Deaconess, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, invites you to join the Walking Club and start your own walking program for better health. Need some inspiration? Check out their new music video featuring one of our very own Red Sox stars. Find out which one at bidmc.org/walking. Gibran has battled his way back to a full count after trailing 3-0 to Fielder. He has already struck out Rayburn and Cabrera. Fielder will chop one right side. Nick Punto will toss to first, and it'll end the top of the 6th inning. 5.5 in the books. 5-2 Boston.
Opportunities to dine, play, thrill, relax, and of course, win. When you're here, you can be anyone. Foxwoods, anything but ordinary.
5-2 Red Sox have the lead over the Detroit Tigers as an injury to Dustin Pedroia in the 5th inning on this diving play at second base. And apparently injuring his right hand in some capacity. And back to live action here at Fenway Park. A fair ball down the first base line for Saltalamacchia. Has got a base hit, his 2nd hit of the day.
Now Saltalamacchia using the whole field today, going opposite field for a home run. Now pulling the ball right down that first base line. Bounces off the stands right here, and that's going to keep Saltalamacchia at first base with the single. Nice job by Ryan Rayburn out there in right field, playing it off the wall.
Breaks up a string of 6 in a row retired by Doug Fister as a throw over Saltalamacchia back to the bag. Ryan Sweeney 1 for 2 today in his return to the Red Sox lineup. He doubled in the 2nd inning. Ryan Sweeney, of course, had suffered the injury during a game May 19th at Philadelphia. So Luis Marte warms in the pen for the Tigers. And Sweeney going on that 7-day concussion DL. Back today as this one is a fair ball. Down the right field line as Saltalamacchia heads for third. It's a base hit for Sweeney. And it looked as if Welke was kind of blocked on that by Fielder. On a ball down the line at first base, Red Sox will take it first and third.
2 hits in this inning, just about going in the same direction, right down that first base line. This Fielder popping off the bag, just a couple of steps to his left, but the ball bounces up and over his glove. And a little first and third action for the Red Sox here to start off the 6th inning.
Two on, nobody out. Will Middlebrooks has struck out today and walked. Red Sox, with that hit, now have 10 hits in the game. Saltalamacchia at third base. Ryan Sweeney at first base. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. That's a strike, and it's 2-1. Fister making his third start of his career at Fenway Park today. Previous 2 outings, 1-1 with a 1.50 ERA. Giving up only 2 earned runs in 12 innings coming into this outing, but he's been touched for 5 so far today and falls behind now, 3-1. He's been great on the road, too. 1.37 earned run average away from Comerica Park so far this season. Chop to third base. Backhand Cabrera bobbles it. The throw across not going to be in time. Run scores, and it looked like the fielder is trying to say that Middlebrooks made some sort of turn at first base when he reached the bag.
Well, he did. He was kind of like rounding first base, and then he turned back around in the other direction. So that's why they called him safe. But Middlebrooks thought, I think, originally that ball was going to get by Cabrera, so he was already making a round of first base, and then you'll see him make a right turn.
So Lloyd McClendon, who is the acting manager, out to make the change. Doug Fister's day is done. The Red Sox have added a run. Lead it now 6-2. Stay with us for Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Uno's, TC, Jim, and Jenny. At 6:30, Danny Bard will be on the hill for the Sox, coming off his 4th win of the season. Bard allowed 2 runs on 5 hits over 5 1/3 innings, including 2 strikeouts and 4 walks. Live coverage begins tomorrow at 6, live from Yawkey Way. The pitching line brought to you by Lexus. Doug Fister, 5+, 11 hits, 6 runs so far, a walk and 2 Ks. Finishes up having thrown 89 pitches. He's responsible for the 2 men on. As Luis Marte comes into the game here, his numbers in the minor leagues so far this season: 2 games, not allowed a run in 5 innings. Opponent's hitting at 118 against Marte.
See if the Red Sox have Aviles bunting here with first and second, nobody out.
Marte had been reinstated by the Tigers prior to Friday's game at Minnesota, and on the DL since April 4th with a left hamstring strain. So fresh off the DLs, Luis Marte, and into this game in the 6th inning. Willis takes ball 1. Did not appear to be bunting initially. Sweeney at second base, Middlebrooks at first base, and nobody out. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike. Willis today 1 for 2. An RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Flied out to center field in the 4th. Foul tipped into Laird's mitt, and it's 1-2.
And Marte right now staying with that fastball against Aviles. Last fastball at 92 miles an hour. Throws it by him.
We'll see Verlander in this series, as he will be in there tomorrow night in 2 of the series against the Red Sox. Verlander 5-2, 2.15 earned run average. Swing and a miss. Aviles strikes out. So Marte comes in, strikes out the first batter he faces.
Looks like he goes to the slider here to pick up the strikeout against Aviles. So after 3 fastballs, back to the breaking ball, and the Tigers get the first out of the inning. Some people tell me Verlander's a pretty good pitcher, isn't he?
He's quite good.
Is he good?
Yes, he is. He's okay. So the most amazing thing for me about him is that at the end of his outings, he seems to be throwing harder than in the beginning.
98.
2.15 ERA. And again, his record 5-2 heading into tomorrow night's action.
I mean, you've already taken an 0 for 3, you know, and you get up your 4th time, and now he's up to 98 miles an hour. Oh, that's terrific.
That's terrific.
Right.
I always get the feeling that he could throw a no-hitter every time he gets on the mound. It's just one of those things. It is an event, and it'll be here tomorrow night. He's 2 outs away from his 3rd career no-hitter. Jenny Dell had the chance to talk to him before the game, and she will have more on that coming up. His gift on this Memorial Day from Fenway Park. One coming to Nava is fouled off. 1-2. Got a double back in the 2nd inning and scored the Red Sox 4th run. He's also driven in a run today, and his new spot in the Red Sox order, at least for today. He is the Red Sox leadoff hitter. Bats with Sweeney at second base, Middlebrooks at first base, and 1 out in the 6th inning. In the air to center field, Berry is there, and he makes the catch below the cap high for the 2nd out of the 6th inning. Never miss another Sox game. Go to NESN.com/schedule now to download the full season schedule into your favorite calendar program. At home, in the office, or on the go. We'll remind you when the game is on. Download it now at NESN.com/schedule. Nick Punto batting for the first time in the game, took over defensively for Dustin Pedroia, who left the game with an apparent hand injury on a diving play that he made at second base. Pedroia today had been 1 for 3 with an RBI.
Now one can just hope that that's not a serious injury for Pedroia.
Ball 2, and all of a sudden it's 2-0. It was the play that he appeared to be injured on, or at least perhaps maybe re-aggravating something, but a great play at second base, fully extended. Appeared to be the right hand that was bothering him. Kind of grimacing as he was coming off initially, and then they spent some time with him in between innings, and he came out of the game. Outside to Punto, and all of a sudden it's 3-0. Adrian Gonzalez on deck. Red Sox batting with 2 outs and 2 on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. In there for a strike, 3-1. Another strike, and battling back is Marte. Full count now, 3-2.
Not the kind of pitch you want to swing at. 3 balls and 1 strike anyway. That ball is pretty nasty. Fastball outside part of the plate. A lot of times 3-1, those hitters are looking middle in.
Everybody on the move now. Sweeney at second, Middlebrooks at first with 2 outs, and a full count to Nick Punto. Swing and a miss. Marte elevates and strikes out Punto to end the inning. The Red Sox do get a run, though, and take a 6-2 lead at the end of 6. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Red Sox Out of Market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit RedSox.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Scott Atchison, first out of the pen here. As he comes into the 7th inning, his 19th game of the year, 1-0 with a 1.00 earned run average. 27 innings. He's got 20 strikeouts, 6 walks, and opponent batting average under 200 at 198. First pitch strike to Delmon Young. Leads it off here for the Tigers in the 7th inning. So Felix Doubront today giving the Red Sox 6 innings worth of work. Allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. And there's a fly ball to right center field. Sweeney moves over into right center. Takes the catch for the first out of the 7th inning. Let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Don, Memorial Day is all about honoring those who sacrificed their lives for our freedom. And Tigers pitcher Justin Verlander has his own special way of thanking veterans and their families at every Tigers home game.
On home games that I start, I donate my suite to veterans and their families from local VAs, and gotten great response from it and looking for ways to expand it. There's something else coming along on the horizon that I'm not going to talk about. You're actually the first person I told about it, but I just think if not for the veterans and men and women that are serving our country, we wouldn't be here, and this is just my way to show a little bit of tribute to them.
Participating veterans are all patients at Detroit Medical Center or the Ann Arbor Health Care System. All have sustained illness or injury in Operation Iraqi Freedom or Operation Enduring Freedom. Jerry, as you mentioned before, he'll be starting for the Tigers tomorrow.
Well, that's an awfully nice thing that he does. And we all have to remember Memorial Day. I mean, a lot of people get caught up in the vacation day off and the start of summer and all that stuff. But it is to remember our veterans. And we all should be doing that today, as Verlander does every time that he pitches.
Well said. We will be keeping it here as well at the end of this half inning for God Bless America from Fenway Park as the pitch misses up high, and it's a full count, 3-2. U.S. Army Specialist Aaron Jones will be singing God Bless America here at the end of the half inning. Rich Hill is up in the Red Sox pen. Atchison has 1 out and a full count now to Johnny Peralta. Fouls off another to the screen. Doubront ended up walking 1 batter in his 6 innings. He struck out 6 and has a chance for his 5th win of the year. Came in at 4-2 with a 3.96 earned run average and pitched pretty well here against the Tigers offense.
Yeah, he just keeps chugging along.
There's strike 3, much to the chagrin of Johnny Peralta. It's rung out by Jeff Nelson. 2 down here in the 7th inning.
I'm not sure that's where Atchison wanted. I think he wanted to go away with the cut fastball, but it stayed inside and looks like it picked up the inside corner. It did. So sometimes you get away with a mistake.
So 2 down here in the 7th inning. We got word on Dustin Pedroia. He leaves the game with a jammed right thumb. This is back to Atchison with a pretty play on the backhand. Flips to first and ends the 7th inning. Again, Dustin Pedroia leaving with a jammed right thumb. His injury today. As we keep it here at Fenway Park, it's 7th inning stretch time, and as promised, here is God Bless America.
Now posted on the center field video board. We thank you for your continued support of the Red Sox Foundation. We now ask you to please rise and stretch and prepare to sing along with our Fenway Park organist as he plays Take Me Out to the Ball Game. But before that, we welcome a decorated native of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, who is currently assigned to the U.S. Army Research Institute of Environmental Medicine in Natick. Here to sing God Bless America, please welcome Specialist Aaron Jones.
Land that I love.
Well done. Let's check in with your Need to Know with NESN Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Here's Jamison Coyle. Eastern Bank. At Eastern Bank, we're made of free checking that's got nothing to hide, which means no fees or any other types of curveballs. Check out what else we're made of at easternbank.com. Bottom of the 7th inning, Adrian Gonzalez grounds one down to fielder at first base. And there's out number 1 of the 7th inning. Adrian 1 for 4 today. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 7th for Luis Marte. And here comes David Ortiz. David with 2 hits in the game, a double in the first, a single in the third, and then grounded out in the 5th. Also picked up his 31st RBI of the season. Marte coming into the game for starter Doug Fister. Worked 5+ innings today and gave up 11 hits and 6 runs. One ball, 1 strike to David Ortiz. Kevin Youkilis waiting on deck. On the ground into the shift, it's Danny Wirth, the second baseman. And there's 2 outs here in the 7th inning. It's time now for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. And David Ortiz was up in the 5th inning when the pitcher, Doug Fister, had to cover and he went into a split to retire Ortiz. Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frostbrew Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. 2 outs in the 7th inning. Kevin Youkilis, the batter. 0 for 3 day for Youkilis today. Sliced foul down the right field line, and it is 0-2. Marte, since coming into the game, has retired all 5 Red Sox that he has faced. 2 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, and a lineout. Youkilis strikes out, and it's a 1-2-3 seventh inning for Marte. With Cruz 7 from Fenway. Red Sox have a 6-2 lead.
Paul Konerko extended his hitting streak to 13 games by hitting his 400th career home run as a member of the White Sox yesterday. And Gio Gonzalez is now tied for the league in wins after striking out 10 Braves to pick up his 7th win of the season. And Roy Halladay left after just 2 innings yesterday with right shoulder soreness. He will meet with team doctors on Tuesday to see if he needs an MRI. Don?
All right, Jay, thanks very much. Some changes for the Red Sox. Ryan Sweeney moves from center field to right field. Into the game in center is Marlon Byrd. And moving from right to first base is Adrian Gonzalez. Kevin Youkilis comes out of the game as we play along to the 8th. Gerald Laird, the catcher, leads it off for the Tigers. Laird homered his last at bat in the 5th inning. That was against Felix Doubront. Second inning of relief here for Scott Atchison, as Laird looks at strike 2. Atchison had a 1-2-3 7th inning, getting Young, Peralta, and Dirks. Atchison in this inning dealing with 8, 9, and 1 for the Tigers. 1-2 pitch to Laird. Just outside, 2-2.
Couple of cutters, a curveball, then that straight fastball just missing the outside corner for Scott Atchison.
Chop towards third. Middlebrooks will bare hand, throws off balance, but it will not be in time. So Laird is able to reach, breaks up a string of 6 in a row retired by Red Sox pitching.
This ball takes a right turn on Middlebrooks. Watch when it hits this next bounce. Pitch to his right. He has to barehand it from that point. Really no chance at first base. Unusual to see a ball bounce like that off the grass. Some spin coming off it, off contact with the bat.
Lead runner on for the Tigers in the 8th. Danny Wirth, the batter, 1 for 2 today, as he takes ball 1. Singled, got thrown out trying to stretch it into a double in the 3rd inning. Thrown out by Ryan Sweeney, who was in center field at the time, and then Wirth grounded out to second base in the 5th inning. Ball and a strike. Well, Atchison second in the league in relief innings. Now has 28 innings of relief so far. In there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Rich Hill has been joined by Vicente Padilla in the bullpen. Swing and a miss. Atchison picks up his second K. Danny Worth down by way of the K. One down.
Second strikeout, as you mentioned, this time on the cut fastball from Atchison. Down and away from Worth. Worth with a 1-for-3 afternoon going.
Tenth time more than an inning for Atchison, as he's got an inning and a third. Top of the order, Quentin Berry bats, 1-for-3 today. Berry with a single his last time up, one of the 5 hits the Tigers have today. Grounder foul. Broken bat for Berry. Well, next half inning we get caught up on the Nationals and the Marlins.
I thought that was the Ask Jerry segment coming up, but it's not.
It's not, no.
No.
You've been without Ask Jerry for a couple days.
Yeah, I think that's been canned.
You think it's been canceled?
Yeah.
Badly received, so it's been eliminated? This one fouled back. I think I'd be more excited about the Ask Jerry segment than the Nationals and Marlins.
You notice a trend on?
I know what you're going to say.
You notice a trend?
I don't see it as much as you do.
No?
No.
Maybe it's just me.
It could be you. If you think the trend is eliminating you, or phasing you out, that is swing and a miss as Berry strikes out, and there's two down.
Once again, Atchison with the cut fastball down in the zone. Not a strike, but Berry could not check the swing. And the swing is called by Nelson, the home plate umpire.
Now, you did have your regular hit in the pregame today, though, right?
Yeah, and that was kind of borderline, too. That was
shaky. They weren't sure.
They weren't quite sure. Then Mike Berry said, yeah, you got the hit.
You got the hit. Oh, there is going to be Ask Jerry.
You were on today. This was weird. This was a Monster Monday day game.
Yes.
And you were on at what, noon time?
Noon. Usually I'm on 5:30 on a regular Monday night.
You were up here scarfing your lunch down about 11:15.
I crushed it. You didn't have a lot of time in between Bobby Valentine's meeting and the Rocky Way.
Nah, things are different this year. The meetings moved back a half hour, which puts a lot of pressure on us to eat.
So, cheeseburger.
It was barbecue day. It was kind of like a barbecue day, Memorial Day, you know?
Where is everybody?
I don't know.
There they are. 30th pitch coming up for Atchison. 2 outs in the inning. 1-2 pitch. That is strike 3. Atchison strikes out the side. 7.5 done. 6-2. Red Sox have the lead. Extra Innings live with TC, Jim, and Jenny. You'll get a breakdown of Felix DeBron's start today. Here's post-game comments. Plus manager Bobby Valentine will offer his thoughts on the series opener from the Fenway interview room. It's all coming up after the game, only on NESN.
Now, the guys out on Yorkie Way today, or are they back at the studio?
Studio today.
Back at the studio.
Yes, they're in the studio. We will be checking in with Tom Caron after the batter. It is 6-2. Red Sox on top of the Tigers. Jared Saltalamacchia leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. There's a grounder foul into the photographer's well. Jared has had another good day today. 2-hit performance, including a home run. Solo shot back in the 3rd inning. Added a single to it in the 6th. In the air to shallow left center. The shortstop Peralta out. Left fielder Eddie Dirks makes the catch. Time for a game break. And Tom Caron. TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Red Sox will be heading to Miami this year to take on the Marlins.
Yeah, playing some pretty good baseball. 26-23, 3.5 games out of first place behind Washington.
Both those teams have won 3 in a row. As this one fouled off into the seats, off to the left, and it's 0-2 to Ryan Sweeney.
It's going to be interesting going down to Miami and seeing that new ballpark for the first time, where the old Orange Bowl used to be.
See Sevis warming in the pen. What'll really be interesting is us driving again in Miami. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we might be better off, and it might be cheaper to get a town car.
I agree.
By the time we get through the gas and the tickets and everything else that goes along with getting him back and forth to the ballpark.
The valet. This is in right center field. Ryan Sweeney with his 3rd hit of the day and his return to the Red Sox lineup.
What a nice return today for Ryan Sweeney. He's been waiting 7 days to get back in the lineup, and look at that. He picks that ball right off the ground and lines it into right center field for the base hit. So 3 for 4 for Sweeney this afternoon.
I'm going to ask Jerry some questions. It's back after it had been canceled. Why aren't more people talking about Ryan Sweeney? He's got such a great swing.
Well, I think they have been talking about him. Unfortunately, the concussion put him on the 7-day DL, and I think Ryan's got plenty of attention since opening day. He has been one of the offensive standouts for the Red Sox. He's played excellent defense. A lot of extra base hits.
Will Middlebrooks batting.
And another nice day today for Sweeney, returning to the lineup. So it looks like he hasn't missed a beat.
Popped up right side of the infield. Danny Worth, the second baseman, makes the catch for the 2nd out here in the 8th inning. Well, it's time now for a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tomorrow in Game 2 of the series, Sox will take on one of the game's best. The 2011 AL Cy Young Award and MVP takes him out for the Tigers. Justin Verlander comes in with a record of 5-2, an ERA of 2.15. It'll be his 2nd start of the season against Boston. Pitched 8 innings, allowing only 2 hits and no runs on opening day. Did not factor in the decision. Our live coverage begins tomorrow at 6 with Red Sox first pitch. 2 down with Sweeney at first. Mike Aviles with a swing and a miss for strike 1. Quickly 0-2. Another Ask Jerry question. Who is your all-time favorite visitor in the booth?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
Choice. Wow.
Donald Trump was fun.
Yes.
How about the lady out in the West Coast?
Rene Russo.
Rene Russo.
Yes.
She was one of my favorites. course, Lenny Clark's always a great guy to have up here.
But you got to pick one. He said one choice.
One choice.
Yeah.
One choice.
One only.
Jeez, that's tough. No.
Mine's Kevin Costner.
Oh, well, anybody that you can rub me out of the picture in is one of your favorites. I mean,
Kevin Costner was pretty cool. This is out to center field. Barry's on the run. Won't get there. One hop the wall. Sweeney's coming around from first base. He will score, and the Red Sox take a 7-2 lead. Mike Aviles chipping in with his second hit and second RBI of the day.
I'd have to say it was Donald Trump, to be honest with you, as we look at Aviles pick up this double, because he just reeked of money, you know.
He did. And success.
Yeah, it's success.
Plus, as you may recall, I had him fire you. You remember that?
He fired me.
Fired you.
Yes.
Said you were doing a terrible job.
And he also showed some interest in our stage manager at the time. Yes. Now that Donald.
This is to center field. Barry will move over and make the catch. It will end the 8th inning. Alfredo Aceves looks like he's coming on. Red Sox have a 7-2 lead. Tied 1-1. Mike Aviles appeared to be strike 3, but it turned out to be a 3-run inning for the Red Sox. This is sent to deep right field, back and there to make the catch, battling the sun, is Sweeney. What a play that was. What a battle that was for Sweeney and Wright.
That's that time of day where it's get very difficult to see those fly balls heading out toward right field. Sweeney loses it and then picks it back up right at the last moment. See him put his hands out. He couldn't quite see it, but never really took his eyes out of the area, and you just hope the ball comes back into that area.
One out in the 9th as Prince Fielder stands in. He is 0 for 3. Fielder grounded out in the 2nd, 4th, and the 6th inning. As Alfredo Aceves working here in the game for the Red Sox in the 9th inning after yesterday blowing the save in the final game of the series. This is out towards left center field, and it will get to the wall, the base of the wall. Nava plays it quickly. The throw to second is not going to be in time. That first slide for Prince Fielder here in the 9th inning.
I mentioned Fielder came into the game 10 for his last 15. The Red Sox had him 0 for 3 in this ball game, but he finds the bottom of that left field wall on a high fastball. And then the big man with the head first slide into second base for the 1-out double.
Delman Young homered in the second inning, a solo shot. Since then, he's grounded out and flied out. So Cebes into this game in a non-save situation after the blown save yesterday. Coming in after 2 very good innings again from Scott Atchison, who has really been very good for the Red Sox.
I think he should be our open tomorrow night. Scott Atchison. Always thinking ahead, Don.
Yep.
You know, about the open and the hits and things we have to do prior to the ball game. But Atchison, he deserves a lot of credit.
I'm guessing part of my open tomorrow night will be Verlander.
I'm guessing that too. Yes,
somewhere in there.
You cannot avoid Justin Verlander.
Probably segment 2, I would say.
What's that?
Yeah, segment 2. The second, we do 2.
Yeah.
This is a 7:10 start.
Yeah.
So when I do the second segment by myself, I'm thinking it's going to be Verlander.
And that's in your contract where you come on first and a single shot.
It is not. It is not in my contract.
Well, you keep saying it is.
I'm lying. Swing and a miss as Young lunges after that pitch, and there's 2 down in the ninth.
Cebes going away from Delman Young to pick up the strikeout on the changeup. You tell everybody the single shot in the open is in your contract. This game starts with just me. That's okay. It doesn't bother me.
No, it doesn't. It's not true. I don't mind having you in the shot in the beginning.
I don't care to be.
I don't mind the 2 shot. We just did it yesterday. I didn't have a problem yesterday.
The problem would come if it's a 7-10 start and we start off with a double. You would really be upset about that.
I'd probably have to call my agent at that point.
Exactly. I'm 1 and done. 1 and out. Gone. Zip.
You think this is all part of the phasing out process?
Yeah, it's all part.
0-1 the count to Johnny Peralta. I thought you'd be happy they brought back the Ask Jerry portion today.
That's only because they felt like I was begging for it.
So had you not mentioned it, it would have remained canceled, do you think?
Yeah, probably. I don't think they had any intention to put it on there today.
It wasn't on the original What's Coming Up today. 1-1 is grounded foul. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Prince Fielder at second base. And this Fenway crowd comes to its feet with 2 outs in the 9th inning. In the air to left field, pretty deep, and that ball is gone off the light tower for Johnny Peralta. So hang on here just a second. A 2-run shot for the Tigers, and it is now 7-4. Peralta with his 3rd home run of the year. So Cebes back-to-back days, giving up home runs.
Yesterday it was on a fastball. Today it was on a changeup. Peralta going deep for the 2-run home run here in the 9th inning. A high changeup that time. Yesterday it was a high fastball from Cebes.
My feelings exactly. 2 outs here in the 9th, and Andy Dirks is coming up. Oh for 3. He's grounded out 3 times. There's strike 1 over the inside corner. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Now Fenway Park back up again as they stand as one. He struck him out and the Red Sox win. Much happier youngster now. 2 runs for the Tigers in the 9th on the 2-run shot by Peralta, but a 7-4 Red Sox win. And Jerry, a nice win here today for the Red Sox. Another good outing for Felix Dubron.
It was a very good outing for Dubron. Again, he continues to be very stellar in that Red Sox rotation. Someone you can really count on. Scott Atchison pitching well out of the bullpen. A little bump in the road again for Aceves, but he'll get that straightened out. And the Red Sox scored some runs with a little bit of a gift early in the game, but they'll certainly take it.
Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, Kia Motors, Sullivan Tire, and by Travel Michigan. 7-4 the final from Fenway. For Jerry Remy and Jenny Dell, I'm Don Orsillo saying good afternoon from Fenway Park. Join us again tomorrow night for Game 2 of the series. It'll be Daniel Bard and Justin Verlander.